You can fix your blood sugar without cutting out carbohydrates or surviving on a starvation diet. In fact, many clinical improvements happen when you stop subtracting food groups and start adding them. The fastest way to turn your numbers around is to introduce bioactive foods that hack your cellular energy sensors. This biological timeline dictates how we use these foods. While some block sugar spikes in minutes, our final food targets the root cause of insulin resistance over a period of months. We start with vinegar. When you consume starches, your digestive system uses an enzyme called alpha-amylase to turn those carbs into glucose. The acetic acid in vinegar partially deactivates that enzyme, physically slowing the conversion of food into blood sugar. Beyond the gut, acetic acid activates a molecular switch called AMPK. This acts as your cell's energy sensor, signaling your body to burn fat for fuel instead of storing incoming glucose. By simultaneously slowing absorption in the guts and accelerating energy use in the cells, vinegar provides a dual-layer defense against spikes. To master these metabolic tools as we release them, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Fenugreek seeds contain a rare amino acid called 4-hydroxyisoleucine. This compound sharpens your pancreas's ability to release insulin, but it only triggers when your blood sugar is actually high, preventing unsafe drops. These seeds are also packed with galactomannan, a specific fiber that forms a thick gel in your stomach. This gel acts as a physical filter, slowing the rate at which sugar enters your bloodstream. We see a similar interceptor effect with extra virgin olive oil. The landmark PREDIMED trial found that a Mediterranean diet supplemented with olive oil led to a 40% reduction in type 2 diabetes risk. This happens because the oleic acid in olive oil slows gastric emptying. It creates a physical traffic jam in your digestive tract, so carbohydrates arrive in your system gradually rather than in one massive surge. While these immediate blockers manage the sugar entering your gut, the next group of foods works to reprogram how your brain and cells respond to that sugar over time. Curious tone? Drop a comment if you've ever tried fenugreek. It's a tool most people completely overlook. Cattle raised on a grass-fed diet produce meat with high levels of conjugated linoleic acid, or CLA. Inside your cells, CLA targets the PPAR-gamma receptor. This increases the cell's sensitivity to insulin, utilizing the same biological pathway used by clinical diabetes medications. We can amplify this effect by focusing on protein timing. Consuming 30 grams of protein first thing in the morning changes your metabolic signaling for the rest of the day. Functional MRI studies show a high-protein breakfast quiets the brain's reward centers. By reducing this neural noise, you experience fewer cravings and snack urges. By combining drug-targeted fats with morning protein, you provide the building blocks to lower hunger signals and sharpen your cellular insulin response over the course of several weeks. Green tea contains EGCG, a polyphenol that reduces the systemic inflammation that often blocks insulin from doing its job. Do not substitute the tea for green tea extract supplements. High-dose EGCG in pill form is toxic to the liver. Stick to 2 or 3 brewed cups per day. Cinnamon is our next sensitizer. Its active compound, cinnamaldehyde, helps your cells actively pull sugar out of the bloodstream. Like this video if you're finding these biological hacks useful. Make sure you choose Ceylon cinnamon over the more common cassia. Cassia contains coumarin, a compound that can be toxic to your liver at higher doses. Meta-analyses show that just 1 to 2 grams of cinnamon can reduce post-meal glucose spikes by almost 40 milligrams per deciliter. Over the course of these trials, that consistency led to an average A1C reduction of 0.5 percentage point. Share this data with anyone you know struggling with their glucose numbers. These sensitizers work on the cellular surface, but your insulin resistance will eventually return if you don't address the deep, suffocating layer of visceral fat beneath it. To target the deepest root cause on our timeline, we need fatty fish like salmon or mackerel. If you don't eat fish, microalgae oil supplements provide the same essential compounds. The omega-3s, EPA, and DHA don't provide an immediate drop on your glucose monitor. Instead, they spend months chipping away at systemic inflammation and deep visceral fat. As the belly fat melts and inflammation sides, your cells are no longer suffocated. They can finally detect insulin signals clearly again. This biological shift requires months of consistency. A single meal or a single supplement won't be enough to alter your metabolic state. By removing the visceral fat and cellular inflammation, you restore your body's natural communication systems, allowing your metabolism to function normally.
The key is stacking.
Combining these immediate blockers, midterm sensitizers, and long-term healers into one consistent routine. Personalizing the stack to your own schedule and medical history is what makes it permanent. Consulting a professional dietitian can help you build a plan that actually sticks. Subscribe for more evidence-based tools for your health. Managing the daily glucose spike is an essential first step, but the ultimate objective is removing the visceral organ fat that causes the problem in the first place.
To see the
Exact science of how to destroy that visceral fat for good, click the video on your screen now. I'll see you in the next one.